mention, that was the first defensive possession for Hamilton without Isaiah Blanco, who was injured on the previous drive and really sucked the air out of the stadium for a little bit, and Chandler has replaced it with their own. So Peterman on to kick. Rice and Martin back to return. Both very dangerous, but Peterman has got a handful of touchbacks tonight. 8:26 to go, and this game is tied. A low kick, and this is returnable. Big hop for Rice. He has it. Brendan Rice to the outside. Turns on the Jets, and he gets out of bounds near the 30. Hamilton Husky down. Looked like it was just an incidental contact. Everyone's okay, cooler heads, and away we go. Now both sidelines are just into this. Engaged. 8:20 to decide who has Arizona Avenue.
I know this isn't exactly highbrow color commentary, but Brendan Rice, he is big. On that kick return, he looked like a grown man amongst boys.
Harvey, he's been slowed down in the second half. Armenta in the backfield. They give to him. Armenta going nowhere. Magale, the first one there.
And back to Brendan Rice, you have to wonder if they're going to try to get him involved in this offense somehow.
He's got only 3 catches tonight, and
most of his
3 targets.
Yeah, most of his damage was done in the first quarter.
And he's alone right now if they want to throw it his way. On the near side of your screen. Lewis in motion. They're going to roll this way. Harvey in danger. Has the ball batted in the air and nearly intercepted.
That's the 3rd tipped pass of the night for this Chandler defense. They're just doing a really good job of anticipating when Nick Arbe is going to release the football.
5 consecutive incompletions for Arve. It was Tate Romney flying in there trying to make the pick. 3rd and 7. The Wolves, after not being able to stop them at all in the first half, have a chance to get back-to-back 3 and outs in the 4th quarter. 7:42 to go in the game, 3rd and 7. Looking deep, Arve airing it out for Rice, and it's intercepted! The Wolves take it back, and it's Maldonado! His 4th of the year, he leads the team!
You can't make a better play on the ball than that. You know, you got Brendan Rice streaking down the middle of the field. That's a huge target, and if you're Gunnar Maldonado, you have to know that you're going to be physically challenged for that football. He kept his nose in it. He went up, high-pointed the ball, took it away from the 4-star receiver, and the Northwestern commit is having a huge impact on this game late.
And for the first time tonight, you can truly say Chandler is in control of this game. 7:34 to go in the game. The Wolves have not led.
It looks like we see a little bit of Brendan Rice on the defensive side of the ball now.
A give to Day-Day Hunter. And he's tripped up, just looked like the turf monster got him, not so much a tackle. In fact, Brady Chuck is also playing defense right now. There's number 11. All hands on deck.
A 5-yard pickup on the
So they've got 3 guys playing both ways right now. Lewis, Chuck, and Rice. 7:05 to go. On 2nd and 4, and Hunter's going nowhere. A short gain, if any, and it brings up 3rd down.
Zayas and Wheeler did a great job of fighting off blocks and making the tackle on that run.
Hunter has 20 carries for 196 yards. And 3 touchdowns as well for Hunter. 3rd and 5 from the 33. Eli Sanders motions out of the backfield. Keen ready. Throws, and there's contact. No flags. praise. I'm not asking you to put on your stripes, but what did you see there, Ralph?
I think it was the right call. I felt like the contact was incidental. Obviously, me talking over the boos of the home crowd isn't going to make it feel that way. But I think that, there's pressure there anytime a wide receiver falls over to reach for that flag. And I say kudos to the referee for letting him play.
It looked like, leg to leg tied up after the cut. He cut him so well that they got tangled. So Peterman to punt. As the Wolves go 3 and out, he gets the punt away. Nesbitt running forward, receives it, and he's dropped. No return. At the 35, a 33-yard punt.
Man, Cole Martin in the game as a punt returner as a freshman in the fourth quarter of the battle for Arizona Avenue.
Incredible.
He's got a lot of these rivalry games left, but my goodness, this is a confident young man.
6:08 to go in the game. What did we say heading into halftime, Ralph? Whoever had the ball last was going to win this game.
It certainly feels that way.
35 all, 6 minutes to play. A give to Dorman. And he's met at the line of scrimmage. Malik Reed.
And Malik Reed played several years with long dreadlocks. He cut them all off a few games back, and unlike Sampson, he was able to keep his powers. He's having a fantastic game.
A 1-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 9. Clock rolling, 5:40 to go. The stretch give to Dorman again. He's got room up the middle, and he's short of a first down.
And I like this from Hamilton. The last couple of drives when they haven't been able to get the yards they want on first down, they've been going to the air. Stick with the running game. It's what got you here in the first place. You have a 3rd and short now instead of a 3rd and long.
3rd and 2 from the 43, clock rolling.
And again, a lot of space for Brendan Rice on the near side, all by himself.
They go to Rice on a screen. He's met. He reaches across. First down.
But you dare him enough times to throw the ball, and they finally do it.
It was a huge stick from Ramon Robinson, but Rice just fought through it. 5 minutes to go. 1st and 10 Huskies at their own 46. Wide snap. Swing out to Shuck on the right side. He's loose inside the 35 and out of bounds at the 30.
Brady Shuck out here trying to do something that his older brother never could, and that is get a victory over Chandler High School, and he is playing an integral part in this Hamilton offensive scheme.
A 22-yard gain on first down, a fresh set, 1st and 10. Nobody was ready for that. Armenta trying to run right, and he's met by a host of black and blue.
Yeah, Hamilton center might have been the only one who knew what was going on right there. Arve looked surprised to receive the snap. Running back looked surprised to be getting the ball. That was maybe a little too quick for tempo.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. 4:22 and counting to go. All tied at 35. 2nd and 8 on the way from the 29. Armenta to Arve's right. They give to Armenta. Running left. Armenta gets inside the 15. First down, Huskies.
Carries the ball to the 15-yard line.
14-yard gain. Gabriel Armenta, the senior, is having a huge night again.
A 14-yard pickup.
Clock running again. 3:50. 1st and 10 from the 15. Arve gives to Armenta. Runs it to the line. Nothing there. Do you consider calling timeouts here if you're Rick Garrettson?
Well, I mean, I think you got to run it into 3rd down and see what you can come up with there. But you got those timeouts in your back pocket, and you have to decide whether or not they're more valuable on the offensive or defensive side of the ball.
Armenta has reached 100 yards on 20 carries. 2nd and 8 with 3 minutes to go. Arve gives, it's Armenta, he's got room, he's met at the 10, and he falls forward inside to the 9. 3rd down and an injured Wolf in the backfield. And if that's Buckner, that's huge.
You cannot say enough about the job that Dylan McGinnis has done in this game. He's driving some serious talent on the defensive line backwards, 2-3 yards every time, sometimes taking on multiple defenders to clear out space.
And it is indeed Brandon Buckner injured right now at his own 17-yard line. Out of this injury timeout, it'll be a huge 3rd and 4 from the 9-yard line.
Similar situation to what Hamilton was in earlier in the game. And, you know, is this, again, 4-down territory, or do you potentially try to bring special teams into the equation? We know that that obviously that's not necessarily their strength. So, you know, look for them to potentially make this 4-down territory.
And Chandler will call a timeout here to make sure they're all gathered on this 3rd down play. Let's set the scene. It's 35 all. Chandler has tied the game for the first time. They have not led in this game. 2:53 left on the clock. It is 3rd and 4 from the 9. Hamilton needs to get to the 5, so they don't need to score. It's not a goal situation. Hamilton has 3 timeouts. Chandler just called its first, so they've got 2 timeouts remaining. And in case you're wondering about that special teams situation that Ralph just offered at, we've only seen Kofal kicking tonight. And he is 0 for 1 in his field goal attempts this season. He's a perfect 18 for 18 in point afters, but he's 0 for 1 in field goal attempts. This will be the 9th play of the drive, and 3 minutes and 15 seconds have been eaten up off the clock.
Hamilton trying to defeat Chandler in the regular season for the first time since 2012. Coincidentally, the last season that they won a state championship.
Armenta is the man in the backfield. 3rd and 4. They hand it off. Armenta met the line of scrimmage. He won't get it. He is short. First man there was Magale. And another decision time. A hush falls over Austin Field to wait and see what is Hamilton going to do. Chandler will call their 2nd time out of the half. And from the looks of it, the kicking unit is coming on.
Now get used to hearing that name, Zion Magale. He's a 6'3", 220-pound junior defensive lineman. His brother, Nehemiah, is a sought-after offensive lineman with multiple offers. And Nehemiah, he's a little bit skinnier, a little bit quicker, and quite the playmaker. What a great play right there.
So we saw the kicker, Brady Kofal, emerge from the sideline before that timeout was called. They did not line up for a kick. Kofal, number 87 in long sleeves. And they are bringing the kicking unit out. The holder is Colin Fuller, the only Husky to have made a field goal this year.
And preparing for the attempted field goal, number 19.
It'll be a 25-yard attempt. Oh, it is Fuller attempting the field goal. Kofal holding. Fuller the field goal for the lead. It is straight through. Hamilton takes the lead back. 38-35 with 2:32 to go.
So with 2:32 left here in the contest, our score, Hamilton High 30.
It only makes sense that somebody wearing the number 19 would kick the go-ahead field goal in what has been an incredible end to the 2019 regular season. Chandler and Hamilton, longtime foes, separated by 3.5 miles. The stretch of Arizona Avenue known as downtown Chandler. Hamilton has been in existence for 21 years, but they have not defeated Chandler in this rivalry matchup in the last 6. yet they hold a lead with 2:32 left in the game.
In case you're wondering who number 19 is for Chandler, that's backup quarterback Cameron Beard. In case you want to keep that poetic justice going.
And if we see him, something potentially terrible has gone wrong for Chandler.
2:32 to go. Hamilton leads. Nesbitt in the center of this receiving corps. Imagine this will be short, and it is. Caught at the 20-yard line, and not much happening. Huge hit.
The return by number 34 of the Wolves, Rodney Clemente.
Ethan Truesdell, a senior backup running back, providing the special teams hit for Hamilton. Just a 5-yard return.
Clemente returns the ball to the 25, so the Wolves first and 10.
It was Clemente on the return. So 2:27 on the clock. Chandler has one timeout, and they need to go 75 yards to take the lead, or they can try a field goal to tie the game. Day Hunter checking in as the running back on this drive.
Don't be shocked if Chandler's run heavy. They don't mind that there's not much time left. Running is their game, and they're probably going to stick to it.
They average 300 yards a game on the ground. Keene scrambling. Here come the Huskies. Keene finds a way out of it, and he just gets rid of it toward the sideline. It was hit from behind. Great pursuit from Dominic Hilton. First time we've said his name tonight. The senior D lineman playing in his 9th game. 6'1", 212, bearing down on Keene, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
And all of a sudden, you're in a 2nd and long situation. This is what happened to Hamilton earlier in the half. If you don't get a complete pass on first down, all of a sudden, you're really outside your game plan.
Peterman's long this season, in case you're wondering, the kicker for the Wolves is 31 yards, which would mean they need to get to the 14-yard line. 2:18 to go. They go on the ground. Day Hunter taking on defenders, spinning forward. He got the first down. 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 Wolves. Clock temporarily stops. And a huge moment as Magalay has to come off the field. His helmet came off. The right tackle.
The preeminent lineman for Chandler High has to miss a play. Those are the rules in high school football. Your helmet comes off, you're out for a snap.
So running out there as his replacement was Alikai Omita. 2 minutes to go and counting. 38-35 Hamilton. Chandler with one timeout remaining. Hamilton all 3. False start against the Wolves.
Penalty number 5 before the play.
But that means, even though you lose 5 yards, that you can have Magalay back in there. 10th penalty for 75 yards. Oh no, they're saying he can't because it was a dead ball foul, so the play wasn't run.
That's right, it's not a true down, so he has to stay on the sideline.
1st and 15, clock starts running again. 1:45. There's no urgency here.
And it happens again.
Another false start. Eli Sanders can't believe it. 1st and 20, and the clock just continues to tick. It'll start rolling on the ready-to-play whistle. 1:35 to go. They're back at the 25, where they started the drive. They need to get to the 45. Clock running. A fake. Screen out to the far side. It's Richmond. Richmond trying to get a horse collar back behind him. He's out of bounds. A gain of 12 on the player. They're going to spot him for a gain of 10.
And we don't have the best vantage point from here, but it looked like there was a possibility Brendan Rice got him up high near the face mask. No call there, and Chandler is facing a 3rd and long.
Well, obviously they had 2 downs to make this first down. Given they don't convert, the game's over.
for a 10-yard pickup.
1:16 to go.
Second down, 10 for him.
Second and 10. Keene ready. Throwing out to the near side. It's tipped in the air and incomplete. That was a dangerous throw. Defended there by Cole Martin, the freshman making the play.
And he stood his ground. You know, you had the wheel route coming open, and you know, Cole Martin could have easily played the man and not the ball. But the maturity on this freshman to stand his ground and tip the ball away, that was huge.
A minute 10 to go. Third and 10 for Chandler. They need points. The game is over otherwise. Keene ready. Throwing it deep again. Graves makes the catch. He's inside the 35. Huge play. 35 yards.
And just as we are heaping praise on Cole Martin, he is the one who got beat on that play by Graves.
First and 10 Wolves. 1 minute to go. Spotted at the 30. Keene looking, a pump fake, going for it all. Graves again, he just overthrew him.
That pass downfield falls incomplete, intended for number 84.
That looked like it could have been the game there, but Graves just not able to get there in time.
3 catches in the second half for Graves for 101 yards. 51 seconds left. Second and 10.
The Wolves from the 30-yard line.
Hunter in the backfield. They give to him. Day cuts it right. He's met by a couple of Huskies. There's only 1 timeout remaining for Chandler. 40 seconds and ticking. They'll have to call it. Timeout Chandler, their last timeout. And that's huge because now, in case you do get stalled and you're going to go for a field goal, you have to kick the field goal on 4th down using a spike on 3rd down.
Yeah, this is an interesting situation for Chandler. Most teams wouldn't be caught dead running the football with under a minute left over 30 yards away from the end zone, but that's where Chandler's bread is buttered. That's who has the game-breaking ability for these Wolves. Day Hunter and Eli Sanders out of the backfield. And so when Chandler does it, it doesn't seem that out of the ordinary, but when it doesn't work, you put yourself in a precarious situation.
A reminder, the longest field goal of the year for the Wolves for Peterman is 31 yards, which means you got to get to the 14. .42.5 seconds to go, 3rd and 6.
Now, how much incentive does Chandler have to even play for the tie here, knowing that they're in the Open Division playoff regardless? That could be the motivation there to ultimately just try and play for the win.
No timeouts remaining for Chandler. Clock temporarily stops on 1st downs. Keene ready, looking to throw. Has a slant up top, has his man, it's Richmond. Getting outside, he's got the 1st down. Clock temporarily stops. And his helmet came off, so Jalen Richmond has to come off the field for a play, and his replacement will be Baron Miles.
We've been waiting all day for Jalen Richmond to show up, and he does it in the absolutely most crucial situation.
They spike the ball, so 32 seconds ago, and 2nd and 10 will be on the way. From here, it would be a 32-yard field goal. And that would be to tie the game, of course. And because of that spike, Richmond can come right back out. 2nd and 10, 32 seconds to go. Sanders in the backfield. Takes a snap, looking to the end zone. It's caught! It's caught! He is short. Half a yard away from the goal line. Clock temporarily stops. 27 seconds. Keene can try to punch it in himself. They load up the line of scrimmage. They decide to clock it, but time called first. Timeout called Hamilton. They were just trying to stop the clock. They weren't going to sneak it.
Very interesting situation because you have to come off for a play when your helmet comes off. Well, the play that Richmond came off the field for was a spiked football. So he's able to go right back out there. And his helmet comes off again. But he gets the ball all the way down to the 1 yard line. And here we are, 38-35, 22 seconds left. Chandler is 1 score away from taking the lead in this game.
The other caveat to this, okay, if you go for the sneak or you go for a run and you don't get it, you have to scramble and spike the ball. You have no timeouts remaining.
Yeah, and you're depending on the quarterback center relationship, when that has probably been the biggest weakness for Chandler in this game.
It's led to 7 points.
You know, Hamilton doesn't really have a heavy front to put out there, so I'm surprised they haven't done something like throw Dylan McGinnis out there on the defensive line to try and push back against this elite Chandler offensive line unit.
Hamilton has 2 timeouts in case they want to look at the formation and change their personnel. Day Hunter, the man in the backfield. 22 seconds left.
First and goal to go.
Swope comes in, or rather Miles comes in. At the 1 yard line, goal to go, and for Arizona Avenue. They give to Hunter. Met at the line, he falls in! Touchdown Wolves! They take their first lead of the game with 17 seconds remaining.
And that's the end zone, the south side of Austin Field, where Chandler first broke through and got their game-changing touchdown from Deontay Sykes, and then a pick-6 from J.R. Hunt to get their first ever win over Hamilton. That's the same end zone they get their first lead of the game in 2019's matchup.
And a huge extra point is good. That means a touchdown is the only way Hamilton can respond. An 11-play drive for 75 yards in 2:10, and Chandler gets the job done to take the lead with 17 seconds remaining.
Before the rest of this game unfolds, I just want to say that Hamilton is going into tomorrow as the number 5 team in the Open 8, and it will be an absolute crime if they are not included amongst the state's best teams, because they not only can hang with Chandler, but for the majority of this game looked like the better team.
They've got 17 more seconds to prove it. And they've got Brendan Rice. They've got Martin available on this kickoff. By the way, Day Hunter, who punched in that score for his 4th score of the game. 22 carries, 211 yards tonight.
He's a special player, and as somebody who had a lot of family go to the University of Wyoming, would love to see him there, but it is an absolute wonder he doesn't have more recruiting attention.
17 seconds in a 4-point game. Peterman will likely squib this one between Martin and Rice, because if you kick it airborne, it can be fair caught unless he's just kind of blast it through the end zone. He does go with the squib. Rice will receive it. Rice looking for something, tries to switch fields. And they get solid return there, 20 yards. And it took 6 seconds off the clock.
You're probably in 2-down territory, though. If you can find a way to get it to the 45-50, you at least give your receivers a chance in a Hail Mary situation.
The longest pass of the year for Arve, that's of course not airborne entirely, is 68 yards. They're spotted at the 36, which would be 64 yards. Prevent defense. 2 timeouts for Hamilton.
4 deep safeties. This could play right into Hamilton's hands.
They want to play a little underneath route to the 50. 9 seconds. They have no room for error. Arve. Quick out to Shuck. Racing to the out of bounds. And he's there with 3 seconds to go. So everybody just hang out in the end zone. Here is Arizona Avenue down to the final play.
All eyes on Brendan Rice, but of course, you've got Brady Shuck out there. You've got Zach Lewis. You just have to give them a chance. Chandler's defensive line has every reason here to pin their ears back. The fact that Chandler's even in prevent defense is a little bit of a surprise to me.
Romney, one of the last guys back. Kentrell Williams Jr. back there as well. Brendan Rice is the tallest player on the field at 6'3", 215. 3 seconds left. This is the game. Hamilton will be calling a timeout here. The play clock was at 0, but now they're resetting it. The collection here on the near side is Shuck, Lewis, and Rice. For Arizona Avenue. Heaves it deep. And the ball is caught. Shuck is short. Chandler wins. 42-38. Whistles. There is a flag on the field. It is near the line of scrimmage.
If it's a hold, the game is over. If this penalty is on Chandler, then obviously Hamilton's going to get another shot.
Hamilton's staying out there. They know something. A run.